Okay, now we're going to head on over to Excel, and we'll copy paste the results from R, okay, into Excel, and we will look at each of them and try to understand what they all mean. Okay, so here I have a shell file that gives you some basic structure, and this is where we're going to copy paste our information. So before we do that, let's just understand what we have. So we have the target, which is the price of the vehicle, okay, and then we have three predictors. So we have the fuel type predictor, and remember, fuel type is a categorical variable. It has three possible values. Okay, one is gasoline. So this is a data set from Europe. So they call it what? What do they call gasoline? Petrol. So petrol, diesel, and then CNG. I think CNG is compressed natural gas. Okay. So those are the three fuel types. Okay, so it's not a numerical variable. Okay, but LM will automatically generate. What happens when you use regression and when you have a categorical variable? What should we do? We need to define dummy variables. Okay, if we have k categories, we need how many dummy variables? K minus 1. So now we have three possible values for diesel type. So we need two dummy variables. Okay? And we don't have to do anything. LM looks at it. So this is a categorical variable. I need two. So it will create dummy variables automatically for us. So that's that. And then we have weight and kilometers. And those two are numerical variables. So it just comes in as is. Okay. So here is the coefficients. So let's go ahead and, well, there is a problem. This is in scientific notation, so we're not going to have it have more accurate results. So I'm going to do it again. So what should we do to suppress scientific notation? Do you remember? You need to do options science penalty, which is SCIPEN equal to 999. Then you do summary car.reg. Okay, so that's going to give us the actual values. So I will just put that here. Oops. Okay, so what happened? Oh, well, okay. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Okay. So what? Okay. So we're going to copy paste the coefficients. All right, so copy that and head on over to Excel and we paste it here. And of course, when you paste it, it doesn't nicely go into individual cells. So it's all, each line is a string of all of the stuff. So we have to now cut this into, and put it into cells. So Excel has a little text to columns command. Okay, so you select that. Okay, and there are two ways in which you can cut them. So you can use delimited. If there is a delimiter in the data, you can use, there are many different possible delimiters that you can use, but these are nicely formatted, so we can use fixed width. So I'm going to select fixed width, and then so it tells you how it's going to cut the numbers, okay, and they're all cut very nicely, right? Okay, and then I don't have to go next, I'll just finish it. Okay, so now we have the information and we will move it here. So this is p-value here. Okay. All right. And then we have residual standard error, okay, with 858 degrees of freedom. So let's put that there. 858 is the degrees of freedom, and residual standard error, and then we have multiple R squared is 0.5993, and we also have adjusted R squared there. So adjusted R squared is that. Okay, so what does this all mean? Okay, so this means our y hat, okay, oh, okay, so I'm going to look for it. So y hat is minus 23896.6, that's our intercept, and then so that is a minus 709.13 fuel type diesel. Okay, so I'll just say diesel. Well, there are three categories. You need only two dummy variables. So it automatically created dummy variable for diesel and petrol and left out CNG. Okay. Now, how are we going to interpret all that? How is CNG going to play a role in the equation? So we'll discuss all that in just a few minutes. Okay. So diesel, and then minus 284.08, okay, approximately. So that would be petrol, and then plus 35.89, okay, approximately, weight times weight, and then minus 0.052 kilometers. So that's our y hat. So if you have a new set of x variables, then we can plug in those x variables into this equation and we can find y hat, which is what our predict command would do. Okay. But we need to understand what these coefficients mean. Okay, we'll look at that in just a second.